This one gonna be a good one. And welcome to Positive Minds Sundays. I am your host, Positive B White. If you could, be sure to do me a solid and make sure to follow the station, 101 TKO Radio on all your social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and we're streaming live here on YouTube at 101 TKO Radio. Be sure to follow your host, Positive B White, on all your social media. I'm on everything: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. Be sure to follow your boy there so you can stay locked in on what all I got going on. As you can see, I have all my books available. They are all available on Amazon. So do me a solid and just go grab one. And if you really want one, DM me. I might shoot it to you for free. You feel me? So just stay locked in. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Positive Mind Sundays. I'm joined by my brother. He's got an amazing story. We're going to get into that. We're going to have a great show. My guy, Sam, 550 in the building.
Staying motivated,
Okay.
staying focused, tunnel vision right now, bro.
For sure, for sure. So we linked, what was that, a few months ago?
Fashion show.
Yeah, so we did
for the Gents League.
yeah, we did a fashion show,
Yep.
and I linked with him, and we got off to a great start. We just vibed, and from there we grew into I feel like a brotherhood.
Absolutely.
Just seeing what you was doing online and all the things you got going on. So obviously we're gonna have a great show, but for my listeners, I always like to start off at the beginning. I like to talk about humble beginnings. So let's start there. Where your humble beginnings from, my brother?
So I'm from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
That's upstate New York. You know what I'm saying? I started on Dawson, Culver, Parcells area. That's the east side, lower east side, and I migrated to the Ville, Clinton and Kelly. That's the projects over there. So
Okay.
it's called Fight Village, New York.
Okay.
FVNY. And they named it after the freedom fighters
Okay.
for the Martin Luther King movement.
For
So
sure.
that's what my projects was named after. And it was the trenches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to fight, for sure.
For sure, yeah. You got to know how to get down, and then obviously we spoke a little bit off camera. Obviously, you did a bid, a pretty good stretch, and I want to kind of get into that a little bit because I know the listeners, they kind of want to know that story as well. So if you could just let them know kind of what landed you in that situation in the first place.
So I was locked up for a robbery.
Okay.
Robbed one, possession of a weapon in the second, and shooting.
Okay.
So they ran all my time concurrent. I went to trial, blue trial.
Okay.
So they gave me 17 and a half for the robbery, gave me 15 for the gun, and 7 for the shooting.
Oh wow.
So they ran it concurrent. So when they run your time concurrent, they run it all together.
All together, right?
You know what I'm saying? So I had 17 and a half, I ended up doing 15. So I had about 2.5 years good time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, man, I just fell on hard times, man. It was just one of them situations where I was selling drugs when I was home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I was doing when I was home, and it was a drought, and bills was due.
Right.
Car insurance, mortgage,
Yeah.
no groceries in the crib, and it's just me and the bro in the crib, and we no job at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I transformed into the next thing I knew how to do. You know what I mean? Which was rob. You know what I'm saying? And that's what ended up happening, and I ended up getting knocked for that exact robbery. You know what I'm saying? I did my time, and I do want to say though I am remorseful for people that was involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I was wrong.
Right. And that shows a lot of maturity, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just to be able to come on and express that. Because I
Absolutely.
think that's it's a part of that too. You know what I mean? It's the redemption story, but it's also the learning curve of, man, I was wrong. I got caught, but I did my time,
Right.
and I'm on the other side of that. So obviously, I appreciate you breaking that down because it's a lot of people don't even know what running their time concurrently. They don't know what that
right,
means.
Right, exactly. Because you got consecutive. So
Yeah.
now if they would have ran that consecutive, you'd have had to add that 17 and a half, that 15, and that 7. That I would have had to do all that time if they would have ran that consecutive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of.
That's over 40 years right
Oh
now.
my God! And then I know we can laugh about it. And I'm glad you out and living, but
Right.
when I learned about it, I when I was looking at you, I said, man, he looked pretty good to be done did that stretch. I was like, man, he got that Benjamin Button.
I mean, it preserves you. I give him that. It does that, especially if you staying active, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in there working out, reading, you know what I'm saying, trying to eat as best as I can in there because you can get packages.
Right.
I mean, people can send you packages, so you can get like fresh produce and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was able to kind of keep a decent balance as far as like my protein and nutrients and stuff like that.
Okay, so you were still able to obviously work out. And then I see you working out now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
So
absolutely.
obviously you do fitness. What are some of the things you could? What's some game you can give to somebody who's trying to get back fitness wise and get their body in a good space?
I would say start where you at. Like don't just rush in. Just because you see somebody else doing something, that don't mean you can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Start at your level. That's what I do. I start people off at where they at. You know what I'm saying? So starting off from the beginning. If you can't do a standard push-up, you're gonna do a modified push-up.
Sure.
This is gonna build you up to get a standard push-up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You're gonna work on your eating. If you eat junk food and stuff like that, I'm not gonna take everything from you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say, listen, let's do 2 cheat meals out the day. You get 2 cheat meals out the week. You know what I'm saying? But follow this guideline right here. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Gonna give you your fruits, your vegetables,
there you
things
go.
that you eat, your protein, your chicken, your fish, your red meat if you eat red meat, pork if you eat pork, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I don't eat no red meat, I don't eat no pork.
Yeah, I had to lay off I stopped eating a lot of red meat just obviously for personal reasons, but for me, like the blood pressure.
Right.
And so when I got off of it, my blood pressure drastically decreased.
Absolutely.
So I've been going to my doctor checkups. You know, I go once a year. Fellas, make sure you go to the doctor and get your physical along with eating and getting your exercise in. But you know, that drastically lowered my blood pressure, especially for us brothers. Right. We got to be mindful of that.
Absolutely.
Especially being fathers, because we want to be here for a long time, right?
Absolutely, man, without a question. Without a question, man, because a lot of people don't know, like, red meat builds up excessive mucus.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially over time, when you eating, like, a lot of red meat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even fish and chicken as well, but it's not as much as red meat.
Right.
The damage that red meat does to your body. I mean, and it take a long time for your body to even break. So you might eat that steak. That steak might be in your body for 3 to 5 years, bro. Just still trying to break down.
Break down, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's rotting in your body.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So now that's toxins that's in your body right now. So you know you gotta take care of that. That's your temple.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So let's get back into the bid, because I think a lot of people want to know, they want to hear, you know, some stories. So let's kind of start there and we'll work our way through it. We'll unpack it. So let's talk about the spots that you landed up. Where did you start your bid and where did you end your bid?
I started in Attica Correctional Facility. Attica is probably like definitely the worst prison that you could go in New York State at the time. That's a maximum facility. I started there. I was 21 years old when I went to prison, so I got locked up in 2010. I went to trial. I fought my case for 2 years. I blew trial, and I went up north in 2012. So, Attica was one of them spots. They got a golden rule where they say if you act like a man, we treat you like a man. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you still doing kid stuff or you ain't standing firm, man, you're gonna have a rough bid. I'm telling you, people not playing, man. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of them spots where when I locked out my cell, I didn't know if I was gonna make it back to my cell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So imagine every day you feel like that. You might be going to visit to see your loved ones, but when you walk out that cell, you don't know if you're gonna make it back or not. Right. You know what I mean? You're going to see a loved one. You going to the yard or you going to the mess hall, because bros just pop up missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys are just pop up missing. People's dying in there for real. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough, man.
It was tough. And then at 21,
yeah,
that seems like a lot for a 21-year-old to have to kind of deal with.
Absolutely, because you get up there, you know, COs, they all big, they work out, and then you got the brothers that's in there with you, they all big, they work out. So you come in there and you weighing about $170. A lot of y'all only like $120. So you come in there and everybody looking like Melvin from Baby Boy. You like, man, I gotta get my weight up. These boys look dangerous in here.
Right. That's facts.
But I will say that the brothers that was there, especially from Rochester, because my town is like we not a gang, but in prison, my town is viewed as a gang in prison.
Okay.
Because of how we move. Like when it's up and it's smoke, we all move as one. You know what I'm saying? We coming together. Even if me and you got smoke in the town, we might have murder beef in the town. But it's up right now with these Brooklyn dudes or these blood dudes or whoever it is. It's up. We all leaving. We all going out. That's how it's going. That's a fact. So that's one thing I say about my town. Brooklyn brothers is like that too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. So and it was like it's real geographical too. So if you're not from the five boroughs, they was not jacking you being from the city.
Okay.
It was super geographical up north. It's
Right.
crazy. So if you from Long Island, they wasn't jacking you from being from the city. If you from Yonkers, New Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, Mount Vernon, any of that, they was not jack Albany, they not jacking you. So they consider all that right there, consider that to be upstate, which was cool with us.
Right.
Cause you just in actuality, you just upped our numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Actuality. But it was still more like a brotherhood, if anything, though, still. Especially just how we was just as people. So you might pull up, you might be from Chicago. You might not even be from the town, but you pull up, or you might be from Florida.
Right.
They're gonna send you to us.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure you get on the phone. We're gonna make sure you got something to eat.
Oh, that's tight.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure you good. Cause that's what the Spanish brothers are gonna do when they peoples pull up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the Caucasian brothers are gonna do when they peoples pull up. They're gonna make sure their peoples is good when they pull up. As long as you ain't got no crazy cakes, as long as you ain't got no rape case or nothing like that.
The
No
paperwork good.
Case, that paperwork good.
Paperwork good. I heard they check the paperwork.
They checking paperwork.
As soon as you touch down on the compound, they checking paperwork.
Yes, you have to come out with your transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers is going to read your transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, with a comb.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying, and make sure you study.
So you had to stop at Attica, and then from Attica, where did you go?
So from Attica, I went to Sing Sing.
I've heard bad stories about Sing Sing.
Sing Sing was like loving hip hop, you know, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying, so it was majority female COs there. There's male COs there, so it was a lot going on in Sing Sing, man.
A lot going on there.
A lot going on in Swing, man.
And then where'd you go from Sing Sing?
From Sing Sing, I went back to Attica.
Okay.
I went back to Attica. Attica had changed when I went back to Attica, so now they had cameras all through Attica. When I was there, they didn't have no cameras, so dudes was getting beat up a lot. Dudes was dying in there. There was a lot going on, man. In Attica, yeah. So I'm talking about throwing dudes down the stairs, knocking dudes' eyes out their socket. It was crazy. Like it was really like it was war with the police. It was ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous, bro. So I'm talking about your brother might go to child, they might throw him on the wall. Then when you coming back from child, they packing his stuff up. They like, where he at? He not in the box. He not in the snake pit. The snake pit, the box. So the box is solitary confinement.
Okay.
Then the snake pit is like it's like solitary confinement with perks. So you get to go to yard, you still get to go to child,
Okay.
but your yard is gonna be separate from the big yard where you with population. It's gonna be like an isolated yard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and then you're not doing as much time as you would do in a box.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So and that was for like dudes I was catching like dirty urines and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously, just during that different time, you mentioned, when things go up. What happens when things go up? How do you handle that? Is that obviously you go with your card, as they call?
Yeah. In the feds they call it call.
So when that happens, how do you kind of stay protected, or do you just run with your people?
So situations like that, man, I go with mines, man.
Okay.
I go with mines. You from the rock, I go with mines, and then at the same time, it's like it depends though, cause I got brothers from all over. I got brothers from Brooklyn, that's from Harlem, that's from Bronx, that's from Queens. You know what I'm saying? And if I consider you my brother, you in a situation, I'm going with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I also got to keep in mind that I know that a fact, if I go, the rest of these 100, 500, 300 dudes that's over here with me, they leaving too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Go
so when you get into a situation, you got to keep in mind, you got brothers that's going on trailers getting conjugal visits. You got brothers that's in college that's trying to get time back. Because when you go to college, and they got this thing called IPA.
Okay.
So an IPA is when you like they give you 6 months off your sentence. So you doing like teacher aid, or you going to school, going to college. You know what I'm saying? Or you doing some type of program, something popular.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they give you 6 months off your sentence, but you got to do those programs for at least 2 years.
Okay.
To get 6 months off your sentence. So you got to keep in mind when you going into situations like that, is that worth my brother losing his 6 months? Is that worth my brother losing his conjugal visits? Right. You know what I'm saying? When you get into these type of situations. So you can't just be jumping out the window because this guy owe you a bag of chips at the store.
Right.
You know know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because dudes will go out for that.
Yeah, and I've heard the stories. You know, I've heard people owing debts.
Absolutely.
And that, like you said, they disappeared.
Absolutely.
And from the outside looking in, these are stories that people need to hear.
Right.
And I think the young guys need to hear these stories, so when they're in a situation where they have a decision to make.
Absolutely.
If you get caught, this is where you're gonna end up.
Absolutely.
Either you're gonna end up 6 feet under, or you're gonna end up in this environment.
And you don't want neither one.
Right. And are you ready to deal with what you're gonna deal with in these environments?
And most of them not. Most of them not. The young dudes is coming into these prisons, and I consider myself to be a mentor. I'm gonna put you on and let you know how things go, and you're gonna take it how you take it. So most of the majority of the young dudes, they gangbang off the rip. Rather they blood, Crip, Trinidad or whatever they is. You know what I'm saying? They most of them is gangbanging. So they get into these gangs and they looking for protection.
Right.
A lot of the times. And they looking for somebody to roll them out. You know what I'm saying? With drugs, money, whatever it is.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
So they not able to stand on it. They don't really know what it's like to really stand on your own too. And it's harder to not gangbang than it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was neutral my whole bit. Even though I'm from Rochester, I never gangbanged them. You know what I'm saying? But I always had that tag because of how I was moving and the influence I had on the population. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a blood table over there. I go chill at that blood table. I go chill at the Spanish table. I could be at any table I want. You know what I'm saying? But that's because that's how I carry myself as a man, though. You know what I'm saying? And there was respect, and respect was given. Sure. Big on that. Etiquette is big. Respect is big. Yeah. So please and thank you. Mannerism, big.
If you bump into somebody, excuse me.
Excuse me. I'm telling you, bump into somebody, don't say excuse me, he might shoot you. So a shot is when somebody take a razor or a scalpel and swipe you right across your face just because you ain't say excuse me. Facts.
Yeah, and like I said, these are the stories that people want to hear. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a short break. But before we get out of here, be sure to follow us on all social media. Thank you for tapping and tuning in with us here live on YouTube, 101 TKO Radio. Be sure to follow me on all my social media. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit about how Sav 550 maintains his mental wellness, because you gotta stay mentally capable in those environments. And then on the outside, he's doing positive things.
And you know that.
Doing amazing things. So y'all keep it locked. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a short break. Make sure the bill's paid. So y'all keep it locked in. And welcome back to Positive Mind Sundays. I am your host, Positive B. White. I am here with my guy, Sav 550.
Hold on.
Obviously, if you caught the first session, you learned a little bit about my brother's background, hailing from Rochester. So to start the second session, I wanted to ask you a question, Sav. What's the craziest thing you've seen while you was incarcerated while you did your stretch,
Uh,
if you could recall?
I would have to say like the wars.
Okay.
The wars used to be crazy. When they go up, everybody going out. I'm talking like it might be 100 people in the field. You ever seen Spartacus?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So imagine Spartacus, but it's about 100 dudes on this side and 100 dudes on that side, and everybody just running, rushing like this.
God.
Knives out, swords out, and dudes is just getting it.
Getting
Everybody
sliced
going,
up.
yeah. The wars used to be crazy. Police, man. When I seen police come in and just be beating dudes up, you heard? Like, and it's like, you know, when you fight the police back, you get a new charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then if you don't fight the police back, they breaking you up still. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lose-lose situation. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So you better off just going out. You might as well just go all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Because they going to break you up, man. Facts.
Yeah.
So that's probably like the craziest things me personally, I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Is the wars. The wars with, unfortunately, us versus us and then us versus them.
And then obviously the wars. Does race play a big part of the system? Like as far as these wars, is it race related, gang related, or is it just how does that break down?
Usually, yeah, I mean, they do, man. It definitely be gang related, definitely be race related a lot of times. Um, the gang wars be crazy. The race wars, not so much. I think that's more like a fad thing.
Okay.
Definitely a fad thing. Cause like I said, I'm from Rochester, so you might have some Aryans and they might be from Rochester, but guess what? They rocking with the Rock Boys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
At the end of the day.
what I want to do is for the listeners, I hate to put you back in that space, but what does a typical day look like? If you could give us just a typical day, what time your day got started while you was incarcerated, wake up from going to child to how the day went through, and then to ultimately getting back to your cell.
So roll call is at 6 in the morning.
Okay.
They hitting all the lights, turning all the lights on, they coming through, they gonna yell on the count, head count on everybody, boom, then you got program. You gonna go to program, it's probably like around 8 o'clock. Go to your program. After program, you're gonna come back, then you're gonna have chow around 11. Boom, you're gonna go to chow, go to the mess hall, you're eating some garbage. I'll tell you.
What does a meal look like?
Man, they got yakisobe, but it ain't yakisobe. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. And they got the dog food, which they used to call the beef and gravy.
All
Al
bad.
Po, nasty.
All bad.
Nasty. And it's rules when you in the mess hall. Me and you at the table right now. What hand you is?
Right.
Right hand. I'm right handed too. So your left hand is gonna stay here. You eat with your right hand.
Okay.
If you put your left hand on the table, this is a sign of disrespect.
Oh wow.
Because we so close in vicinity.
Right.
In proximity.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So you putting that other arm up is taking away space for the next man that's eating.
So you gotta keep it.
You gotta keep that hand. Yeah, you gotta keep that hand down.
That's some good to know. That's a little gem right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And standing up. If you stand up while you already seated and you stand up in the mess hall, this is a sign of you're about to transgress on somebody.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So in Sing Sing, somebody did that in Sing Sing. So me and my bro, like I said, we just came from Attica. Attica, you gotta have your shoes tied all the way up. Ain't no skipping no holes or trying to style your shit out. Ain't none of that. You gotta have that suited and booted. Your sweater gotta be tucked in.
Wow. Wow. And that's their rule.
Yeah, absolutely. Your shirt gotta be tucked in, but your sweater, I'm talking about a sweater, bro.
Gotta be tucked in.
They want your sweater tucked in, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's their rule. You know what I'm saying? So when I came to Sing Sing, I got my sweater tucked in, my boots is laced all the way up to the top because you go on the drive too, and we can rewind a little bit. When you go on the drive, that's basically like the slave trade when they used to put the slaves on the boat, send them across seas. Boom, same thing. We get on the bus though,
Right.
chaining you up. You know what I'm saying you're gonna be chained up with somebody. You're gonna be on the bus. You're gonna travel to the next spot. You might make a couple pit stops. You might stop in Auburn or Elmira. You might stay a couple nights there, and then you're gonna make your way to your next jail.
Okay.
So it took me about 7 days to get to Sing Sing.
You had to stop.
Yeah, we had to stop at the depots on the way there. You know what I'm saying? And it's nasty work. So you ain't getting no shower, no nothing. Yeah, ain't none of that. You ain't getting no new drawers, none of that. Nah.
None of that.
Nah. Rocking out just like that. 7 days. You might look up in Elmira, and they might let you get a shower. Wow. When I first came up north, that's how it's different now.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different now. When I came up north, that's how it was.
Wow, and this is information that I think they need to know. So, obviously, this next question will go hand in hand. So, with the mental wellness, what made you when you finish your bid? What made you not get back or do anything that jeopardized to make you go back? What made you basically rehabilitate and come out and doing what you do now?
One, first and foremost, my children.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My children. And shoot, my support team, I should say. You know what I mean? My mother, shout out to mine. You know what I mean? My kids. And the people that was there. The people that was there that supported me. And a lot of people that was there that supported me was the people I didn't expect to be there.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So the people that you expected to be there, you hear word from. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about close relatives, family members, ain't hear a word from.
Yeah.
And then it's the people that you just wouldn't expect to be there that's gonna walk down with you, especially brothers that I was incarcerated with. I met in prison and I went home, and we still brothers to this day. Them brothers still. I was able to call them if I needed bread, they would send it. If I needed it, you know what I'm saying, whatever. If I needed some sneakers, they gonna send it. It was
for sure.
You know what I mean? These guys, because they understand that struggle though. They understand they've been there, so they know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's vice versa.
Yeah.
So definitely that, and then me learning to love myself, man, because I didn't love myself when I was home. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of people don't love themselves, and you have to learn to love yourself. Love who you are as a person. Love your hair. Love your skin. Love how your body is built. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that would put you in a better mind space and a better perspective to be able to show love to others as well, especially your children.
Right. And I want to shout out my brother Carl. He did a bid too as well. But it's so funny when he got out, me and him would talk all the time. So he would call me if I was at work. Obviously I wouldn't answer. But if I was, home or could answer, you know what I mean. And when he got out, I didn't notice when he went in, but he got out and he was like, "Yo, pulled me to the side." He said, "Bro, just you answering the phone and just me having between me, his dad, and just having somebody to communicate with." And just talk about life. He said that's what helped him fight through his bid. And some dudes don't have that.
No, for real.
They have no outside, support system that's helping them get through that. So they crash out.
I agree, man. I agree 100%.
So shout out to that. So how did you maintain your mental wellness while you was in there?
Fitness, big. That's like the main thing. Fitness. Mm-hmm. Keeping good communication, like with my children. Conjugal visits. They call them FRPs in New York State. So FRPs, Family Reunion Program. Okay. And that's how I could see my son. He's 7 years old. A lot of people was asking me this question too.
Yeah, they was asking that in the comment. So Sad 550. Let me give you a chance to address those comments. How are you able to? Obviously, you said conjugal. Yeah. Break down that timeline because they was asking.
So my son was born in 2019. So I was in Sing Sing. I was a Sing Sing. So I was getting trailers on Sing Sing, FRBs. Mm-hmm. And so basically you go on a 2.5 day visit. So let's say your days is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So it's a side by side. It's basically like a apartment. Like a side by side apartment is 1 floor, and it might be a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then rooms. They got like full side bed, queen size bed, and the what's considered to be the master bedroom. And then you got a kitchen, got a living room, got a little dining room. You know what I'm saying? They got little games and stuff. They got old school games though. They got the Monopoly, checkers. chests. And
So this is on the compound.
this on the compound.
So when this is, so you basically come out your
Yeah, when you come out, so basically, boom, when you come out, you gotta take your stuff with you. Like you got a net bag, we got a net bag,
Okay.
and I pack like 2 days worth of stuff.
Okay.
You can take like water out there, like if you got like a crate of water.
Okay.
You take the water out there. The people they can bring seasonings, they can bring food.
Wow.
Um,
I had heard of this, but
yeah,
no,
it's real. It really
you hear these stories,
yeah,
but
no, it really happens.
I want to hear like.
Yeah, absolutely. Boom,
Okay.
you go out there. So it's a little process. So your peoples might make it out there. Hopefully, if you got a decent CO, your family will be out there by like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
If you got a CO that's kind of bullshit, your family might get out there around 1, 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They got the little grills out there too. So you go out there and grill and all of that. And then, you know what I mean? You be out there with other families.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got there with other families. If you got like any type of like a rape charge or a pedophile charge, you can't get FRP. They're not letting you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, I go out there for that in 2.5 days. So you'll go out on Friday, Saturday. So that's Sunday morning, depending on what jail you at, or that Sunday like noon time is. They end it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then your people will leave, and then you'll go back to your cell. You know, you got to clean the trailer up and all of that before you go back. And then they check you, they search you, and all of that before you go back. You take pictures while you out there.
Yeah.
They give you the Polaroid joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds like something that would help with your mental wellness.
No, that is big because a lot of states don't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't know. A lot of states don't do that because they do less time than New York State. We do 85% of our time in New York State.
Okay.
So in most states, they don't do that much time. They do between like 55, 65% of their time.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And that's a big difference. So you might have a 20-year bid in Georgia, but you might only do 4 or 5 years out of that 20-year bid and then do the rest on probation.
Right, for sure.
You know
that's true. That makes a lot of sense.
Where it's the opposite for us. I got 15. I got to do 5 years on parole, but I did 15 years in prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's New York. But that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know people have a lot of questions. What's the question you get asked the most about your bid from people? Just strangers or your family? What's the question you get asked the most?
How I made my son.
Okay.
Like the main question, but that's how I made my son.
Okay.
And the main question I asked was like, they asked me like how did I do it?
Okay.
How did you do 15 years? Because people always tell me, they be like, I don't think I wouldn't have been able to do it. I probably would have killed myself. I wouldn't have been made. I've been like, and I just tell them like nobody's prepared to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you can just prepare for. Mentally, physically, or spiritually. I mean, just because you've never been there.
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the unknown. It's uncharted territory right here.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell people you can do it. I'm going to tell you why. Because you got to survive. At the end of the day, you got children you got to get back home to. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got a business to get back home to. You have somebody that you have to get back home to. And that's what's going to keep you motivated. That's what's going to make you push and thrive and focus and get through that bid. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Because I think that's a question that, because everybody's going to have their questions.
Right.
And we just want to know, but you just gave the explanation.
Absolutely.
It's all about survival and getting back to your family, especially if you got a family to get back to. Obviously, some people, don't have that opportunity to get back to their family.
Right.
So, man, I appreciate you just coming through and dropping your amazing story. Do you want to talk about any of your business stuff that you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So when I came home, I started my personal training business. It's called Fizzy Fitness. I also go by Dr. Fizzy.
Dr. Fizzy.
You can follow me on the gram at Dr. Fizzy. That's DrPhyzie. And so inside joke. So how Fizzy got created. So Fizzy is short for physical.
Physical.
So when I was coming up for names for my business while I was in prison, and I was running names by the guys, and I was like, yo, what y'all think about Fizzy Fitness? So they like, oh, nah, that's fire. I said, yo, I'm gonna go by Dr. Fizzy. They like, oh, that's heat. So in jail, a fizzy is a physical altercation. It's when you get into a fight with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it was like an inside joke among us when I came up with the name. You know what I'm saying? Because if me and you got an issue, come on, bro, Fizzy.
Yeah.
You got to go get it.
Fizzy.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's the difference between a fizzy and a fade? For those who
It's the
want to know,
same.
it's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing. A fizzy and a fade. It's the same thing.
Because I hear fade all the time.
Yeah. A fizzy and
so
a fade.
So a fizzy and a fade is the same,
same thing. Same thing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. These are the things that we need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's how that came about, man. The fizzy fitness.
Okay.
And that's what I do, man. So I've been doing that when I got my LLC. As soon as I came home, I did my domain name and all of that. Went on GoDaddy. Did my domain name. Got my website. Did the trademark. Got my EIN. Don't let them tell you gotta pay for your EIN. You do not have to pay for your EIN. Go on irs.gov and get that free. That's real talk for those that don't know. And open up my business bank account, man. You can open up a business bank account with your security, your SSI or your EIN. So I mean, they'll let you open it up until you get your EIN.
I got a question for you too, and I wanna, and I think I don't want to sound crazy or anything, but so obviously you did your bid. I saw a video online of you coming home and seeing your kids while they was in their bed, and I could see you. How did that feel for you emotionally coming home and being able to physically put your hands on your kids?
Surreal. Surreal. It didn't feel real. It didn't feel real like. You know what I mean, especially when we go see my daughter, and that's my twin. You know what I'm saying? And see somebody, man, where when she used to come see me on the visits. First of all, she didn't like me. She was a baby.
She didn't like you?
No, she didn't like me. She wouldn't let me hold her. At the most, she might play with me a little bit, like with like the little alphabets or something like that. She'll let me do that, but she wouldn't let me hold her no nothing. She did not. She ain't like nobody touching her.
Wow.
Facts. Nobody. So, I think she got about 2. Cause I don't give up.
He's relentless. He's relentless. He's a relentless dad.
I don't give up. So boom, she got about 2. Boom, she became daddy's girl after that. You know what I'm saying? That's my heart right there. So what I realized was like, boom, whenever she come see me on the visit and it was time to leave, she literally just start crying.
Oh wow.
She would start ball out crying, and I used to be feeling horrible. I'm talking about heart broken, bro. Like I'm fighting to hold back tears. You heard? But best believe when I got back, I cried. I mean, anybody tell you they never cried in prison, they are lying. Cried when you was in prison. I don't care what it was for, but you cried.
For sure.
It happened. Sure.
It happens, but it's it's like I said, I want to take the time to give you your flowers for that growth and that maturity to be able to get out, file your business, file your LLC, and be able to reach back and give your story and help the brothers who's coming up behind you. Because like you said, I heard you mention it earlier. You was the big bro,
right?
Because of the way you move.
Absolutely.
But if you could, this is a question. This is before we get out of here. What advice would you give to your you got locked up at 21?
Yeah, I was 21.
What advice would you give to your 21-year-old self if you could go back and just give yourself some advice?
I would tell myself to be patient, and you don't always have to match energy. I feel like a lot of people make the mistake of matching energy just because you might feel some type of way and you might be yelling and ranting and raving and not match that energy, right? And then what happens? Somebody might get killed after that. Somebody might get shot after that. Somebody might go bad after that. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So that means that you got to take account, right? And be a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Just because that person feel that way, I don't mean you got to have that same reaction. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to de-escalate certain situations. That don't make you soft. That don't make you weak, especially if you know you like that. If you know you like that, it don't matter what nobody else think. It don't matter about nobody's opinion. You think I don't got haters? There's haters out there and people that say certain stuff. I don't acknowledge it. Sometimes I heard it because I love my haters. They keep you relevant. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you got to have the mindset. That's how you got to think. You know what I'm saying? So instead of you matching energy, sometimes you just got to dial it back, analyze the situation, and be like, yo, you know what, brother? Maybe you was wrong. Or maybe you might have been right in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to explain that in a way where the brother's like, you know what, damn, it might make him think like that. You know what, I'm bugging.
Right. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm bugging right now.
For sure.
So I think those is like main keys, man. Being patient, you don't always gotta match energy, and say something. Sometimes people, especially men, we got a hard time telling people when we need help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't like asking for help.
For sure.
We really don't. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't ask everybody for help. You know what I'm saying? But it's individuals that will help you, bro. Especially if you're an individual that you're a giver. You're a selfless individual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you get what you give back, you know?
For sure.
You give back what you give.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That's how karma works.
That's it. So I want to appreciate you for coming through. Before we get out of here, Sad 550, I want to give you a chance to obviously, if anybody want to connect with you, let them know what your socials are, the business that they need to get in contact with you for that. Just give them your whole spiel as far as your social media presence.
Yeah, so social media. So I got 2 IG pages. So you can hit me on Man Code, MANCXDE. That's Man Code. And then you can hit me if you're looking for personal training. Hit me on IG at Dr. Fizzy, DRPHYZIE. And I'm also on Facebook. Facebook is just my Facebook page is my personal space. Like this is actually just me just giving you me, my story. So this is me, this is personal training, this is basically everything all in abundance. You can follow me there at Emanuel, EMANUEL SAVINMAN. So that's Emanuel Sav Inman.
All right, shout out you for coming through, man. And I want to thank y'all for tapping and tuning in with me for another episode of Positive Mind Sundays. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to follow the station 101 TKO Radio on all your social media, and be sure to follow your boy Positive Be White on all social media: Facebook, IG, TikTok, LinkedIn. Be sure to follow me so you can stay tapped into what I got going on. Also, I got some books that if you are a reader, be sure to go to Amazon and type in Positive Be White so you can grab one of my books. I also got a children's book that if you have any children that are young and want to get into the reading space, I got something for those as well. So thank you for tapping and tuning in with me. Be sure to follow all the pages. And Sav 550, appreciate you coming through, my brother.
I appreciate you having me here, man.
Yes,
Real,
sir.
man.
Great show, great knowledge, and y'all keep it locked for the next show. That will be in September. We'll be back in the. I have another person in the hot seat, another set of guests. So y'all keep it locked in for next time. We'll holla. Peace.
All right, later. Much love.